Yo, what's up YouTube? What's going on today? Welcome back to the channel. So, Kawaki will get kicked out of the village because of Eida. And I think it's going to be Eida's influence that gets him kicked out and he'll slowly transition to the dark side. I'll explain more as we go on, but first I want to talk about this chapter. Chapter 70 just came out today, and I'm gonna be honest, this chapter is really good. I've seen a lot of people complaining about it, saying the pacing was horrible, this and that. They're not getting that this chapter was back to back from the previous two chapters. All the events that happen are back to back. So it makes sense on how this chapter went down, and I understand why Mitsuki and Sarada weren't in it either. It's because Boruto and Sasuke ran to the lab. For all we know, Mitsuki and Sarada could have been following Boruto, and the manga might have not added that. I think the anime might expand more on that. Though it's possible we're probably gonna see them next chapter in chapter 71. Right as soon as they're outside the lab, you see Mitsuki and Sarada pull up behind Boruto and Sasuke. So I understand where people are coming from, but this chapter, I felt the actual hype along with the chapter being intense because all the events happening are in real time. And Naruto and them are rushing to the lab. Eida, Shikamaru, everyone's in there and shit's getting crazy. So I like the direction this chapter took. So this chapter starts off with Shikamaru standing in front of Eida, and she uses her Senraigan to see that Naruto and them have come outside the lab. And at this moment in time, Eida is determining whether she wants to take Shikamaru's offer or not. Code says, "You better not be leaving me behind," and she's like, "Shush, Code." So then Shikamaru notices Eida's left eye, and right away he talks to Amaro saying, "Yo, what the hell is that right eye?" And Amaro says that her eye is the Senraigan. So now we know Shikamaru knows that her eye is a Senraigan and that it can see real-time events and everything in the past. So that means she can see everything in the past and you cannot hide anything from her. The only thing she cannot see is something on the spiritual realm or something inside the mind. For example, Ino's jutsu, she cannot see that because Amaro and Shikamaru are talking to each other. She doesn't know that both Shikamaru and Amaro are speaking to each other. So now they know her eye power is revealed, and I think Shikamaru is gonna play this smart and he's gonna tell everybody to link through Ino's jutsu and have everybody talking in there so that Eida doesn't know their next plan. You know the saying, don't let them know your next move? That's Shikamaru right now. This man playing it smart. So then Naruto and them pull up, they can't get inside the lab, and Boruto and Sasuke pull up. Like I said, we don't know if Mitsuki or Sarada are behind Boruto or Sasuke, because remember, they don't include a lot of panels in the manga, and in the anime, Mitsuki and Sarada might see that Boruto and Sasuke are running, they're gonna follow them. And I think literally next chapter they're gonna show Mitsuki and Sarada. And it's gonna be a chapter 40-41 all over again, where Kawaki's gonna open a portal and they're gonna jump through it to save Amado. And I think that's where Team 7 is going to come in. So then getting on, we have Sumire and Kawaki. Now this is really important. Alright, this scene is actually really important because it builds between Sumire and Kawaki's character, but not even besides the building, the level of trust here and the understanding of each other. Kawaki said that he killed Boruto, and Sumire is actually really laxed about it. But what she says to Kawaki is that, "I'm sure you were forced to make painful decisions, both of you." So she knows Kawaki had to do something that he didn't want to do. She understands him. She doesn't want to hate him or anything. And her eyes give it away. Right away, she's opening up to Kawaki and Kawaki's opening up to her. Because as soon as she said that, Kawaki shows her the karma. Like, he freely shows her the karma. He doesn't hide it or anything. And Sumire is shocked. And Kawaki's like, "Amaro gave me the karma without me knowing." And Sumire's like, "It makes sense. And when he gave it to you, when he was restoring your arm." This part is really important because now Kawaki is opening up to Sumire about his inner feelings and inner thoughts. This is one of the only times he's actually opened up about it. Where he's like, "I wanted the karma, but I didn't want the karma." He's like, "I hated it for so long, but if I didn't have it, Naruto would have been dead." To back this up, he says, "It's the first time I was grateful to have it from the bottom of my heart. And I realized I needed it." And they bowled out needed, meaning Kawaki realized that he needed the power of the karma. Without it, he's weak. And Sumire notices that Kawaki was really helpless without the karma. And Kawaki's trying to tell her his feelings that, "I didn't want this thing, but I had no choice." So then Sumire says to Kawaki, she's like, "I'm not sure if you know, but Amaro is really obsessed with your karma." She's like, "I think he's hiding the reason for why he's after it, but he wanted your karma back for his own reasons." And Kawaki's kind of shocked. So I believe this is a really good point where Sumire actually opens up to Kawaki and Kawaki opens up to Sumire and he explains his feelings to her. I think they're going to build up with Sumire being his future caretaker and somebody who's able to fix his body and even repair it. Like, her eyes give away the look of worriedness of what Kawaki is going through. She could see it. So then getting on to the next panels, it goes back to Eida, Code, and thumb. And you see Code shoving his thumb inside of Amaro's chest. And man's screaming, bro. Now, what Sumire said previously goes to what Amaro's gonna say now. When Amaro tells Shikamaru that Eida's powers don't work on Otsutsuki's or blood relatives, right away, Shikamaru's like, "Why don't we just bring Kawaki here?" And Amaru's like, I don't want Kawaki here. And he's like, I'm sorry, but I won't let you risk him like that. And Shikamaru's like, what are you saying? And then Amaro exposes Shikamaru's mindset, saying, if I was in your shoes, I'd bring Kawaki here so that Kawaki and Code could finish each other off, and that's it. Amaro says that he knows Shikamaru thinks of Kawaki as a nuisance, and he's been problems ever since he showed up. And he's like, Kawaki's gone to the point where even Naruto can't keep his powers in check. So right away, Amaro wants something to do with Kawaki. I think he wants to take over his body. I think Amaro wants to become the Otsutsuki himself. He wants Kawaki's body to progress, have a karma, and then go inside of Kawaki's body. Otherwise, why would Amaro be really worried about Kawaki? Because Shikamaru is right. If Eida's powers don't work on Kawaki, then might as well have him come in, whoop both of their asses before they can escape, and that's it. It's done game. The enemy's gotten rid of. But Amaro is a master schemer here. He's planning some other shit. So then getting on, Code throws Amaro into his belt, and he's gone. So then Shikamaru tries binding Code and Eida, and all of a sudden, Eida tells Delta to attack Shikamaru. So then Delta attacks Shikamaru, and then Shikamaru's like, Delta, what the hell are you doing? And then Delta's like, but Eida said. So we know that if Eida gives a command to somebody who's fallen under her spell, that person will go through with that command. And I think that's going to play a big part with what I'm going to talk about in the predictions with Kawaki leaving the village, which I'll get to that soon. So then this part is really important. What happens next? Code says to Shikamaru, he's like, you're added to my retribution list. So he's like, prepare yourself. So that means Code is coming to kill Shikamaru. He knows how much of a threat Shikamaru is. And Shikamaru is a threat. If you look at him, this man is not as strong as Naruto or Sasuke, but he's giving Code and Eida the works. He's playing some big brain moves. He ain't letting them know his next move either, and he's troublesome for them. Just like how Sasuke was a pain in the ass to the Otsutsukis, Shikamaru is a pain in the ass to them. So Code knows he's gonna kill Shikamaru. So then Amaro appears in front of the goon squad. You have Eida, Damon, and Code. And then you have Bug chilling in the back just hiding there. And I think Bug is shocked that Amaro is here. And now at this point, Amaro knows he's hella outnumbered. Like, this guy is outnumbered. So then Amaro tries making a deal with Code, saying, if you let me live, I'll get rid of your limiters. And then Code's like, how pathetic of you, trying to escape this late in the game. Don't you have any pride, Amaro? Amaro's like, sorry, but I have no interest in such utterly useless concepts. Let's stop wasting each other's time now, shall we? I think this is implying that Amaro himself doesn't care too much about the worldly life. He has a bigger objective. He's playing a bigger ball game. He's trying to manipulate Code while in the face of death right now. So it makes you wonder, what is Amaro? Who is Amaro? Why is Amaro? So it goes to show you that if something happens in the village and Amaro has to turn, he'll willingly give up for it, as long as it saves himself. So then Amaro says the magic words, and he says there's no dress code. It's like, bro, what the hell? So then Code gets his limiters removed. There's a massive wave that hits Eida, Damon, Amaro, and Bug. And Damon is shocked. Look at Damon's expression. Eida's smiling there all cocky and everything. Damon is like, damn, bro, this man's strong as fuck. And now we get the proper pictures of Code. My man went Super Saiyan, Ultra Instinct, whatever you want to call it. This man transformed, bro. This guy went the next level. So then Damon's like, white. So that's how we know Code with his limiters off is actually a white color. So then Code goes up to Amaro. He's like, forgive me, Amaro. Your wound hurts, doesn't it? He's like, I feel good, so let me free you this instant from your suffering. So that's how you know this guy's about to kill Amaro right now. So we don't know what's going to happen next chapter, but I think Eida is going to save Amaro. If you think about it, why hasn't Eida said anything to Amaro this whole time with regarding to Code's limiters? She didn't say, Amaro, I ask you to remove his limiters. Like, she didn't repeat herself or anything. She just said that one time, we're here to get Code's limiters removed, and that's it. If you look at Delta started attacking Shikamaru just because Eida says, I'm in a bind, can you help me out? So if Eida said the same thing to Amaro, why didn't Amaro not respond to that? Why didn't Amaro not do anything about Code's limiters? That just goes to show you that she doesn't have influence over him. So I think it's implying that she is Amaro's daughter, and Damon is his son. Because the way Damon says, long time no see, old man, he calls him old man that way. He didn't call Bug old man. So I think the hint here is that Eida didn't command Amaro to do anything. Amaro says we're all under her trap, but I think Amaro was just saying that. Because I don't think Amaro wants the village to find out that Eida is his daughter. And I think next chapter, Eida is going to save Amaro because she doesn't want to see her father get killed. But instead, she'll probably want to kill him herself. So either Amaro's an Otsutsuki or he's her father. So that is it for this chapter. Now getting on to the predictions. Kawaki is going to leave the village, or Kawaki is going to get kicked out of the village because of Eida. They said in this chapter, Eida can see past events and that she can view them at any time. So with her having that type of power, I think what's going to happen is in the next few chapters, if she decides to come back to the village and she has more people under her influence, she's going to tell everybody that Kawaki killed the Hokage's son. A lot of people aren't going to believe her, but here's the thing. if you're already under her influence, you're gonna believe her over anybody else. And to back that up is Delta. Delta literally started attacking Shikamaru over one command. So now imagine people who are weaker than Delta and even more weak-minded that fall for her trap. So I think what's gonna happen is Eida is going to go to Boruto's friends and families and even the other villagers, and if they are under her influence, she is going to tell them that Kawaki killed Boruto. And that's gonna make a lot of people have mixed feelings towards Kawaki. And by seeing how Eida can use her eyes, let's say her eyes are able to make a projection, just like how Amaro's glasses made a projection, and she's able to show past events, she might possibly show the event that Kawaki stabbed Boruto through the chest. Then I think everybody's going to see that Kawaki killed Boruto. And if that happens, there's gonna be a lot of hate towards Kawaki. As Sasuke was saying last chapter, the one who kills the Hokage's son is hated. So this is a perfect ploy by Eida to have everybody in the village hate Kawaki. Kawaki will then get kicked out of the village. Naruto will try to go against it, but here's where it gets tricky. If a lot of people are under Eida's spell, and Eida has influence over a lot of people, and even other villagers, and even the other nations, she could show that Naruto did nothing during this fight. He was shocked that Boruto is dead, and he didn't give Kawaki any consequences. And people are gonna think Naruto is unfit to be Hokage because he was unable to take action against his son. As we know, the Kages were saying previously that Naruto was gonna have to do something if Boruto transforms, but Naruto didn't do anything. So Naruto already broke his word. And to top that all off, he let Kawaki live after killing his son. So if we add everything up, I think Eida's whole plot is trying to make Kawaki the villain. She's gonna make everybody hate Kawaki so that Kawaki starts to distance himself from everybody. And if it comes down to it, Kawaki might get kicked out of the village too. Where at this point, he's gonna have nowhere to go but to Eida and them. And since she doesn't want anybody knowing that she's involved with all this stuff, she's not gonna be there when she exposes Kawaki. Since she doesn't want Kawaki to hate her. And judging how Eida is a schemer, this is a perfect opportunity for her. So that's what I think is probably gonna happen in the next like 5 to 10 chapters if we don't hit the time skip. And I think this battle coming up is the final battle before the time skip. I think in this final battle, we're gonna see Naruto, Sasuke, Boruto, Kawaki, possibly Mitsuki and Sarada fight off against Code, Eida, and Damien. Though if these guys do not go to Amaro's location, I think Eida is going to save Amaro, and then Code is going to take some time for Boruto and Kawaki to get stronger. Since Code did say he does not feel like losing and that he feels like he's on top of the world. So Amaro being Amaro might tell Code, he's like, you want to test out your powers? Wait for Kawaki to get stronger and then go take him out. Or wait for Boruto to get stronger and then go take Boruto out. And Code being really cocky and being like a show-off, he might fall for Amaro's idea. That he's like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for them to get stronger and I'll attack in the future. And then this might lead us to the time skip. So we'll see what happens in chapter 71. This is my chapter 70 review and my theory that Kawaki gets kicked out of the village because of Eida. So thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe and let me know what you guys think.